Alright, back in Apocrypha. Changed my outfit. Fashion is the true end game of ESO. Pretty fun. Okay, cool. So, where were we? I think I gotta talk to Melon the Mouthless. Oh, I'm not a vampire. Talk on it. Side trip. That's not where I need to go. Matching mount. Yum.
My prices can't be beat.
No Tilvani master worth their weight in Kwama cattle would relinquish their hold on this plane without a fight. I have no doubt we can contact Master Shareni's spirit. Whether we can get her to cooperate, well, that's an entirely different matter. As the curates can tell you, Necrom forbids summoning the dead. But there's no regulation against the dead choosing to speak to you. We don't have to summon Shareni's spirit. We can go to her and simply request an audience. Same place you found me. In her tower, of course. We must go to Tel Barrow and search her sanctum. If her spirit lingers, she'll haunt there. Though, I'm better take Gadain with us. If she's become a vengeful spirit, his expertise might be required.
If I help you, I could jeopardize my standing.
We would not ask this of you if the situation was not dire.
Of course I'll help, Laramil.
And another green outfit here. What are the odds we both show up wearing green? How fun. Laramil got the memo.
Dealing with displaced spirits is very much frowned upon by the Keepers of the Dead. I'll help, because the stakes are great, but it goes against every iota of my training. That's an aspect of our beliefs, but not the primary component. And it's different when you visit the catacombs and a spirit appears before you. I suppose if Shalreni decides to speak to us, that shouldn't violate the Codex too badly. Indeed, the recently departed are often confused, and that confusion can turn violent. I much prefer to deal with the spirits of our ancient ancestors. They may be cantankerous, but they've had enough time to reconcile to their undead existence.
Huh, not a very good town, really. Need crafting tables. Here we go.
Distilled into brine, it kills all your values.
I thought I saw a candle go out. That never happens.
Hmm. Okay. Just in case I get anything weird.
The market smells good today.
Where's the keeper? He should have been here by now.
The tower's locked tight. We need another way inside.
Telvanni towers always have more than a single ingress and egress. Look around.
Tamriel's amulet can protect us both. Get close to me, friend.
Over there. Just let me... There. Easy enough for a magister to remove a master's ward. Let's go inside. Shalreni's private study. Her presence is strong here. My ghost sight allows you to see it. Move closer, and I'll try to get her to manifest fully.
Careful, my friend.
Blight Crown! He killed me. I'll destroy them all!
Such a... to calm her.
Have you come to gloat? To see how far the mighty Shalreni has fallen? I would have led House Telvanni to new heights Instead, I lost everything. All my work unfinished. My legacy in ruins. This is your fault, outsider. You and those duplicitous Daedric princes.
Wait a minute, is she dead? I mean, that's the her body. Oh, right, yeah, she got kicked out of her body, that's right.
Now, why in the name of my despicable ancestors would I even consider such a notion? You're my enemy. I'm content to sit back and watch as Vermina and Periite steal back whatever they think Hermaeus Mora took from them. You know nothing of the Telvanni, outsider, or of me. But I will admit that I hated when a greater power reneges on a mutually advantageous agreement. Frankly, my role in all this was more difficult than what I requested of the princes. I decrypted Meln's Black Book, perfected Blightcrown's subterfuge concoction, and performed the rite that gave Vermina access to Apocrapha. And all for a simple favor. Eliminate my competition, and elevate me to the rank of Archmagister. I see what you did there. Clever. I suppose I've been taken off the board. A bit of revenge on my part is probably called for. The path to the memory Vermina seeks lies through the infinite panopticon. Torvasad will lead her there. It started with Torvasad and his dream of something lost long ago. He needed someone to acquire Meln's Black Book and perform the rite. In return, he would help me achieve my dream of becoming Archmagister, as long as I pledged myself to Vermina. Silent, you say? Then my enhanced subterfuge concoction worked. I told Blightcrown I could do it.
She's a pretty powerful wizard.
I took Blightcrown's mix of disease and dream, and with a few adjustments to the rite, enhanced its ability to hide them 1,000-fold. If Mora has gone silent, it means it affected him too. Cut him off from his own realm. Am I a genius or what? Oh, fear not. You can't separate a Daedric prince from their realm for very long. Should last just long enough for Vermina to get whatever she's after. Of course, who can say what will happen when a realm and its prince are sundered even briefly? Torvasad behaves like a broker, bringing disparate parties together for mutual benefit. In truth, I now believe this is all about Torvasad. He has his own agenda. Anyway, he convinced the princes to set aside their differences and work together. Truth be told, I never much cared. All I wanted was to do what was asked of me and get my reward. Instead, I got a dagger in the back from that disgusting Blightcrown. They believe Hermaeus Mora stole something from them. From all of us, really. It involves Torvasad's dream. He had vague visions of a Vermina shrine, believed it was important. So he asked Vermina to help him recall the entire dream. When she failed, he expanded his list of allies. That's where the hidden kindred came in. Look, maybe Mora stole Torvasad's favorite sweet roll recipe. I wouldn't put it past the Prince of Fate. He collects knowledge like House Lalu hoards gold. All I know is Vermina and Periite want the memory back, but Torvasad wants it more.
I can't absolve you of your transgression, Spirit, but I can grant you peace.
Eternal disappointment, more likely.
Let's return to Necrom and tell Laramil what we learned.
Did he just, like, exile that spirit? Like, what did he just do? Like, I can give you rest, and then she floats off into the afterlife? You do the same thing to my boy Meln. He's a dangerous man right here. All right.
Calm yourself, Scroot. I am sure Apocrapha is not as bad as you say. Ah, Proxy. Tell me what happened at Tel Barrow. Scroot returned from Apocrapha with disheartening news, while my efforts at research have been marginally effective at best. Tell me you have something better to report, Proxy. The Infinite Panopticon. First, they sought a memory to alter. Now they seek what? Another memory? And can they even find the entrance again? Well, we have a destination. Now all we need is a plan. What research I was able to accomplish tells me that Vermina will be a formidable opponent. But in order to enter Apocrapha without Mora's consent, she requires an anchor and a shield. In this case, Master Shalreni's body. That will be her undoing. Shalreni's body is mortal. If we destroy it, I do not believe that even Blightcrown's concoction will hide Vermina from the one who knows. Of course, there is also the matter of Apocrapha gone amok. But one problem at a time, I think. Gadain, this will be dangerous. I would feel better if you remain here, out of harm's way.
I swore to retrieve the relic, and I can't stand the thought of you facing this danger without me. All of you, really.
Vomitus.
Indeed.
As I feared, the entrance to the Infinite Panopticon has moved.
As is its nature. Which means we have failed and reality is doomed.
I refuse this outcome. Fate, bend to my will.
Laramil, be careful.
There is no time. The Panopticon must exist. Here, I command it.
Laramil, you did it! The Panopticon is
Wow.
open.
Laramil just willed this shit into existence. Guess that's how things work in Apocrypha.
Oh no. Vermina. Her presence is destroying the Panopticon.
Laramil, look at yourself. You're in no shape to continue.
Nonsense. No. You are right. Proxy, you must deal with Vermina. Gadain will help me return to Cyphus Midden.
You can't face Vermina alone. I don't believe I'm saying this, but I'll go with you.
This is more than just the presence of a rival Daedric prince. Something else is happening here.
keep forgetting that I have Meln with me, and I'm like,
Intensifies my
that's you,
growing
Lord?
corruption.
Who is speaking?
Power and fate.
Alright. Jesus. This place is confusing.
Footfalls of agony from below. We need to go down, mortal.
This is gonna hurt. Not real sure what I'm looking for.
Mortal, let me aid you. Here, mortal. Let Apocrapha smite you.
I mean, she did say go down, and I didn't see anything at the bottom.
I am a vessel of the great eye. Call on me. Mortal, let me aid you. I am a vessel of the great eye. Call on me. Wasn't that amazing? Pulling debris. They must
Remember,
have that.
Vermina's not alone. Blightcrown and Torvisar are with her. Looks like Vermina lost an arm.
Here, mortal. Let Apocrapha smite your foe. Satisfying smack.
Soup? Forbidden soup.
Portal. Vermina passed through it, mortal. I am a vessel of the great eye. Hold on. Satisfying smack.
See ya. Oh man.
This place feels ancient. Like no one's been here in an eternity. I see the Eye of Mora above us. That's where we need to go, mortal. he say something about an Eye of Mora?
Ignore Blightcrown. We need to reach Vermina and destroy Shalreni's body.
Am I just going in circles? I kind of feel like I'm just going in circles. I feel like most of the places I go, all of the so-called enemies are really just locals. Through the portal, buddy.
Dispatch them, mortal. Wasn't that amazing? Mortal, we need to talk. Blightcrown's a threat, but Vermina's a prince. We should follow Vermina and Torvasard into the Eye of Mora. I have no clue which memory of Hermaeus Mora this particular eye contains, but we should go in and do what we came here to do. Find Vermina and destroy Master Shalreni's body. Without the protection it provides, Mora should be able to pinpoint her. You're right, I don't hear the Great Eye. I think that has something to do with Vermina's presence, Blightcrown's corruption, and the rite they completed to enter the realm. Now, mortal, step into the Eye of Mora. What happened to this memory? It looks more like a dream. Or a nightmare.
Another Daedric Prince memory? You take me to the nicest places.
This has to be Vermina's fault. Stupid haunts of dreams.
This memory is mine now.
I sense a flaw. Use my ghost sight to review it.
Own creation.
I have done the unthinkable. Now, I must make sure it cannot be undone.
Listen carefully, mortal. Vermina's power is limited here. This isn't her realm. It's only due to the necromancy they used on Shalreni's body that she made it this far. She's placed a dream around us, but the true memory is still here. Vermina hasn't been in here very long. She didn't have time to craft a perfect dreamscape to hide within. Look for flaws in the illusion, the cracks in the facade. We're inside one of the Great Eye's secret memories. That's just an echo of him, part of the memory. Like I said, Vermina's overlay of dream stuff isn't perfect. And we can take advantage of that. Let's see if we can spot any flaws we can exploit. Good idea. If you can find the weak points, I can break them open and expose the true memory beneath. Of course, knowing what the Great Eye values, that will probably drive us insane. Took me centuries to recover the last time that happened.
Once again, Melon to the rescue. When you get close to a flaw, use my ghost sight to spot it.
Secret the enemy seeks.
The way it began, secured inside the glyph of hidden paths. Sealed inside the glyphic of shattered reflection.
We got what we came here for, Torvasad. This way!
How dare Vermina enter my realm? Fighter, protect the three glyphics. Go and enter the mythos.
Remember how Torvasar altered a memory and changed the past? The damage they can cause here is enormous. Feel the power of faith! We need to hurry, mortal.
How much longer, Torvasar?
He's lost.
Fate's mortal. Again. Destroy them.
Wasn't that amazing? Let me aid you. Satisfying snack.
Do we both bring squids to the fight? I feel like I'm supposed to do something. I don't know.
Feel the power of faith.
Use my ghost sight. Use my ghost sight.
Here, mortal. Let Apocrapha smite your foe. Feel the power of faith.
I focus your ghost sight. Apply my ghost sight to attack with precision.
It was a decent fight.
We must slip away while we can, Torvasar.
The Dreamweaver flees. But what of the Glyphic vault? Will pay for the damage she has wrought on my realm. Choose and hear my words. I shook off the worst effects of Vermina's corrupting presence, but not soon enough. The intruders have fled. But the vault of the Glyphic, you must determine if the secret remains secure. Not just any Glyphic. One of 3 primordial Glyphics that in total contain the entirety of the memory I made everyone forget. A memory that, if restored, will destroy reality. Enter the vault. Check on the Glyphic. That which I cannot see. The corruption coursing through Apocrapha continues to weaken me. I must do everything I can to maintain a connection to my realm. Enter and examine the Glyphic. I give you permission to gaze upon this portion of the memory. It cannot be avoided. Fate's chosen must make sure the glyphic is secure and the memory intact. We shall talk again when you're done.
So I get to see the
Examine
super
glyphic
secret
of hidden paths.
memory.
It will reveal its portion of the secret to you. Regrettably, there is no other way to determine if the glyphic remains intact. But fate will survive a slight fraying of its fabric. It has to. Now, go. Examine the glyphic and see how this all began, chosen.
Why have you called us all together, Prince of Fate?
It's Periate
We
and
must
Vermina,
deal with this problem, Dream.
I think.
I have seen what happens if we do nothing. Already the threads of fate unravel. They have no
That's
regard
Hermaeus
for
Mora,
the
obviously.
chaos they can cause.
Huh.
Ah, that's it. What I needed to spark my memory.
Torvsod.
I will restore the rest. Lord of Secrets, I will restore it all.
Torvsod. Only one of the unseen could evade my sight here. Chosen. We must speak. My power remains diminished due to the toxins Periite's followers polluted Apocrapha with. But you helped me break free of the worst of the miasma. You saw the contents of the glyphic of hidden paths, as did Torvsod. I did not expect that. Not yet. One thread in the tapestry snapped, but two more remain. If you can keep my enemies from unsealing the final two glyphics, there is still a chance to preserve Apocrypha and the rest of reality. You saw how this began. The great omission. Just something from very long ago. Something I did not expect to encounter ever again. It is not important. Not yet. Right now, fate requires a champion, mortal. Do as you have done. Follow your heart. Return to Laramil. Consult with her. Defeat those who oppose us. You will know the best course of action when fate requires it. Now, I must conserve my strength. Apocrypha is under attack, and I feel its pain. Leave this memory, mortal. Take the portal and return your allies in Cypher's men.
Pretty weird. This Hermaeus Mora is just all about me. He's so obsessed with me. I think he's a Daedric Prince too. I think Torvsod's the only one that's not a Daedric Prince out of these guys. But I could be wrong on that. Something called an Unseen. But he's those guys from the Deadlands. I think. It might be something different.
I have recovered, Proxy. Now tell me, what occurred after we parted ways in the infinite Panopticon? Part of the memory has been remembered, but reality has not unraveled, so we must still have time to make this right. Vermina and her allies continue to assault Apocrapha. But freeing Hermaeus Mora was a victory. Well done. This is for you, Proxy. Secret and forbidden knowledge. Something so terrible that Hermaeus Mora wiped the very memory of it from all existence. But now Tolvasard has plucked a thin sliver from the darkness, urging us to remember. Though it pains me, we cannot allow that. You did. I am unsure how I feel about that. I want to ask you 1,000 questions, but the corruption plaguing Apocrypha grows worse with every passing moment, and Vermina still roams free. I am torn as what to do. An opportunity, perhaps. It shall take Vermina time to locate the remaining glyphics. That gives us a chance to end the corruption and restore Hermaeus Mora's power. Are you willing to hunt down Blightcrown while I try to locate Vermina? What started in the Panopticon has spread beyond into other parts of Apocrypha. Gadain and I have seen its effects here among the stacks. While you investigate the corruption in Cypher's Midden, I shall try to determine where to find Vermina.
I'll go with you. It's not like I have anywhere else to be. One of Blightcrown's sensors. They're not even hidden. Destroy it.
It rushed to attack and then just froze in place. I think it's sick.
The Daedra never bothered us before. The Great Eye always told us we were safe here. But that Seeker, there was madness in its eyes. Open sores, a smell of disease, and the screeching. It was awful. Poor Hunan.
Looks like I teabagged him.
Swooped in, struck him down, flew off. They've never attacked the settlement before.
Let's return to Leramil's study and tell her what we found.
Friend, the corruption has gotten worse.
Flee, mortal. The pain overwhelms me. Soon I won't be able to tell friend from foe. And my many beguiling eyes, each blinks out and goes dark in turn. Soon I'll be totally blind. I don't know, but the pain and the blindness... Is this what caused the Great Eye to disconnect from his realm? To allow Vermina's dream to envelop him in order to escape the suffering? You don't suppose she has a dream for me, do you? The other mortal? Oh, to have my fate rest in such fragile hands. Really, you should go. Apocrypha is no longer safe, and I don't want to hurt you. Wait. A barely perceptible ripple in the threads. Someone approaches.
Your allies suffer needlessly, mortal. Allow me to aid them.
This affliction is beyond my skills, friend. See what the Dremora has to offer.
Vermina and Periite have gone too far with their corruption. It works its way into the very fabric of Apocrypha. You only need to look to your two allies to see the harm it causes. I can ease their suffering, mortal. It was an alliance of necessity. I needed their assistance to recover that which was taken from us in ancient times. Hermaeus Mora did what he thought right, as have I. I have no desire to punish him for following his nature. I know where to find Blightcrown, so that you can stop him before he does irreparable damage to this realm. And I can show you where Vermina has gone. I no longer care to share the ancient memory with her, or Periite. Because I also require help. I offer a trade, an end to this assault on Apocrapha, for the assistance of Fate's Chosen. Decide, mortal. Blightcrown even now works his way toward the core of this realm. Soon it will be too late to reverse the damage.
Making a deal with the devil here.
I will mark a location on your map. Here we can open a path to the place Hermaeus Mora calls the Mythos. Not to a memory this time, but to the here and now. Then you can stop Blightcrown before the corruption becomes irreversible. It will take all of us to reach the Mythos. Allow me to ease the suffering of your allies.
I can see again!
Go, Proxy. I shall join you at the location. Spoke true. We can reach the Mythos from here. But first, we must align the threads of fate. Assist me, Proxy. I can align the threads through your capacity as Fate's Chosen. Touch each thread in turn.
Mortals manipulating the very strands of fate. How unlike Hermaeus Mora to put such power in your hands. He must be truly desperate to keep us in the dark concerning the crimes he perpetrated so long ago. I assumed my intentions were quite clear. I seek to restore that which was wiped from existence in the ancient past by Hermaeus Mora. The memories that I only suspected were real because of the dream that haunted me. Because Daedra do not normally dream, and this one was relentless, recurring night after night. A vision of a statue of Vermina and the ever-present gaze of Hermaeus Mora. I originally sought out the Prince of Dreams' help to make sense of it all. Obviously. But all Vermina was able to do was determine that she and Periite shared the barest recollection of the same memory. That knowledge bound us together. We pooled our resources and planned to recover the stolen memory from Apocrapha. I cannot answer those questions. I have no memory of life before I lost my clan. I don't even know where I originally came from. A part of my past is missing. A part of me. Some memory returns, but not enough.
Nicely done. Now let's return to Lyridum and see if everything aligned correctly.
Almost there. I need your help to align the last threads of fate, or the portal shall not open. The way into the Mythos is open.
Chosen of fate, speak with me. Corruption wreaks havoc with my realm, Chosen. Any connection to Apocrypha grows ever more tenuous, and the vile poison debilitates me. The great eye is blind, while Vermina hides from me. I glimpsed Periax's lapdog break into the mythos before my sight faded. He spreads corruption into the realm's foundation. As Apocrypha succumbs, the realm will crumble. Such destruction will ripple throughout reality. Good. Once inside, you will be my eyes. I will not be able to assist you directly, nor show you where to find the invaders. Torvisar. Of course. The unseen. I cannot sense his presence. The black book you carry. Use it if you need my strength. Just do not look directly into the pages. Even Fate's Chosen can be harmed by the briefest of exposures to forbidden knowledge. I call forth all whose fates are intertwined with yours, Chosen. Only together can you save reality.
Have I mentioned how much I detest?
Fate's champions pursue us, Blightcrown. Deal with them while I locate the glyphics.
Oh, my manufactories of corruption will keep them busy, Prince Vermina.
Disable Blightcrown's manufactories, and the corruption will dissipate. Just shatter the dream crystal that binds them to the mythos. Save Apocrypha while I pursue Vermina.
Come, G'day. We'll take the west portal and leave the east to Laramel and Fate's Chosen.
Good thinking, Scrooge. This way, Roxy.
The mythos appears endless, but I sense a huge concentration of corruption to the right.
Is not the mythos magnificent, Roxy? What I would give to better explore this case. Let the threads of fate restore your strength. Let fate renew your vigor, Proxy. Blightcrown's vile monstrosity.
That looks like a dream crystal. Destroy it.
Feel the current of fate flow through you. This edifice of corruption has been dealt with. Let us traverse to the western side. Let fate renew your vigor, Proxy. light crown must have shattered the path. Simple enough to rectify. There. That took more out of me than I expected.
Lyramil can't keep pushing herself like that. The corruption is wearing her down.
Here comes Fate's Chosen. Probably going to gloat.
Over here. We could use some help. Where's Laramie? Set upon as soon as we arrived.
We never reached the manufactory. The way is blocked. Let me summon a portal. Ugh, I'm exhausted.
Behold, the very heart of the mythos. Just looking at it makes my head spin.
Stand close and let me shield you. You already destroyed one of these manufacturers? Then you know what to look for. Laramil's gift protects us both.
Why, yes, that was me who realigned the path. Thanks for asking.
By the ancestors. That's horrible.
Nicely done. Don't get complacent.
Laramil's amulet can
There's
protect us
another
both.
of these vile contraptions nearby.
Get closer to me, friend. Stand close and let me shield you. What we done? No? Right. I'm right behind you. Obscura, just as Torvasad said. Now I can return it to the Abbey.
Look, Laramil, we found them.
When you are ready, Proxy, this portal shall take you to Vermina.
Laramil, thank the ancestors you're all right.
The power I sense up ahead. It must be Vermina.
You. I know you. The Dreambreaker from Stormhaven. You will not slink away this time. While I wear Shelreni's mortal shell, Mora cannot find me. You must face me alone, mortal. Every dream becomes a nightmare.
Nightmare calls Shelreni's body. Gather their energy. Get into the focus to use my ghost sight. My ghost sight defeat the
Let me end your suffering. You cannot resist my power. I can grant your dreams. You stole my mortal shell. Now face a true nightmare. Your nightmare will never end, mortal.
Not without Shelreni's body. Vermina sits on into the focus. You're stronger than by my ghost.
Like my nightmares, and face me in my true form.
We're out of options. Use the black book.
Trinket can't harm me.
No, but it helped me locate a loathsome intruder.
Hermaeus Mora has found me. No!
I am here. Together we'll expel this colony. Vermina has been cast out, and Periite's contamination wanes. Well done, chosen. Now, enter the second vault, and make sure the glyphic is secure.
And now our deal is done, mortal. I helped you save Apocrapha, and you helped me enter this vault. I will unlock this glyphic and recover the second part of the lost memory.
Torvasad! He fooled us both, chosen. Emerge from the mythos and speak with me. We must discuss what happened, chosen. Periite's plague dog defeated. chose wisely when it selected you to aid me. What has occurred is what was meant to be. All the potential futures coalesced into a single point in time to render a moment in fate absolute. It was inevitable. Torvasard has the ability to avoid detection, even from my all-seeing gaze. For one who knows everything, I can only speculate. Odd. I find that refreshing. It relates to the forgotten memory. But unless I look into the glyphics, those details are lost. Even to me. Now, I must restore my realm. The hidden kindred linger, but without leaders, they are merely a nuisance. You, however, are still fate's chosen. Return to your allies in Cypher's Mitten. When the time comes, you will find Torvasard and deal with him. Do not despair, chosen. Through your efforts, the lost memory was denied Romina and Periite, thus preserving reality. That Torvasard saw part of the secret is regrettable, but not catastrophic. Now, return to Laramil's study in Cypher's Midden. Fate selected you to save Apocrapha and preserve reality. You have accomplished all that and more. Destiny followed the exact path that I foretold. But we are not yet done. You have more to do before our contract is fulfilled. The Prince of Fate does not lie. Two beings now remember a small part of a greater whole. There is still time and opportunity to correct this before the memory spreads. Danger exists in every corner of Fate, chosen. Such is the nature of existence. But the entirety of what was hidden in the distant past remains sealed away. The threads it connects to have frayed, but they have not broken. Reality can still be saved. Return to Cypher's Midden. We will speak again.
I am glad to see you unharmed. I look forward to hearing about your encounter with Vermina.
Oh, let me! We defeated Vermina!
I didn't get to see you beat the Dreamweaver? How unfair is that?
So we can relax now? Friend, you have that...
What happened after you entered the portal, Proxy? Scrooge tells us the one who knows has reconnected with his realm. But beyond that, we are in the dark. Of course. He needed you to lead him to Vermina. Guide him to where she was lurking because she was hidden inside the body of Master Shelreni. And what of the second glyphic? Is the secret memory secure? Unfortunate, but not unrecoverable. Now that Hermaeus Mora is restored, he can locate Torvasard and deal with him once and for all. Unless... Does Torvasard still have some way to elude the one who knows, even without Blightcrown's corruption? Torvasard's nature. He is unlike any Dremora I have ever encountered.
Dremora, that's what they are.
Himself. but I believe him when he said he meant no harm. He just does not realize the danger this memory poses. I suppose that means we need to find him. Then let us take a moment to remember all we accomplished. All you accomplished, Proxy. You defeated Blightcrown, expelled Vermina, and saved Apocrapha, thereby saving Nern. Take this. The one who knows insists you accept this reward. While we contemplate the best method for tracking down Torvasard, there are 2 other tasks we must accomplish, Proxy. One concerns updating the records of Apocrapha. The other requires us to return to Necrom and rectify the original anomaly of fate. Scrooge can provide more information, as it is a vital part of her job. After repairing a thread of fate, she must record the final details in the Chronicle of Apocrapha. Having your name inscribed therein is a great honor. Necrom, one of the first threads of fate we investigated to uncover the identity of Apocrypha's enemies, and it is the only one we did not resolve. We must accompany Gadain back there so he can return the Fulcrum Obscura. But first, talk to Scroot. Scroot can tell you all about the process for inscribing her records in the Chronicle of Apocrypha. You should talk with her. Meanwhile, I shall discuss arrangements for returning to Necrom with Curate Gadain. As have you and I, Proxy. That is only natural when allies face
not in the same way,
unimaginable danger
Larimore.
at each other's side. Beyond that, I would prefer if we did not mention this again.
Awkward.
My role has always been to observe and repair the lines of fate, never to unduly influence them, no matter how sorely I'm tempted. So while I was waiting, it was just a nervous habit that I haphazardly started checking the nearby lines of fate. The Chronicle can wait. This is more important. Why else would I have even mentioned anything mortal? It's like no one ever listens to a word I say. Anyway, I noticed an anomalous thread not far from here, at the prismatic Irish shore. A fate anomaly. The sacred task appointed to me. My job is to spot and correct them. It's really important, but you don't care. I think it's the stolen glyphic. Removing it from the mythos triggered the irregularity. Luckily, I happened to spot it.
I feel like Scroot has a really boring but also important job. I don't know exactly what it is. I guess it's to spot and correct fate anomalies, but that sounds really boring and probably important. But it would explain her personality.
Not us, mortal. Just you. And Melon, I suppose. Only Fate's Chosen can resolve this, and that's still you. The prismatic Irish shore is north of here. Meet us in Cypher's Hall after you deal with Torvasard. Then we can update the Chronicle. Apocrypha is quite resilient, and since the burning sensation in my tentacles and the pain behind my orbs have mostly faded, I'd say yes. Besides, I can hear the melodious hum of the Great Eye resonating all around me, so that's a good sign.
Can I get you anything, Larimil?
No, thank you, Gadain. I am mostly recovered from our ordeal.
Scroot's penchant for noticing anomalies of fate is impressive. But this might up that path to the left. I think that's where the anomaly is. No matter what we encounter, remember you literally have a Telvanni Magister in your pocket. I sense something amiss. This bridge wasn't here a moment ago. I suggest we cross it.
Look! Once more. There it is! Another piece of my memory restored. We should speak, mortal. The Prince of Fate thinks himself so perfect, but for all his power, he couldn't eliminate the memory he so desperately sought to hide. Not from my dreams, not from his own mind. And now, I remember most of it. Only one secret remains to uncover. Why would you? You are merely mortal. But I have wandered the plains of oblivion for eons, an outcast with no clan. I believed I was formed that way, a forgotten scrap of creation, until the dream began to haunt me, a fragment of an ancient memory. No, the dream that will end it, that will finally restore all that was lost. Hermaeus Mora caused all this with his greed and selfishness. He made us all forget. He made me forget. There was another Daedric prince. My prince. A prince that saved me and preserved just enough of my memory so that I could one day save them in return. A prince whose jealous, craven siblings cast them down and wiped them from the annals of history. No Prince of Oblivion can truly be destroyed. The final glyphic contains that secret, how to find them and restore them to their rightful place. And then, Mora will answer for his crimes. See for yourself. I leave the glyphic for you to examine.
It doesn't matter what you foresee. You can't do this to another prince. Or to the rest of us, for that matter.
You have seen the damage Prince Athelia has already done to the fabric of fate. If left unchecked, reality will unravel.
All of us must agree, Mora, and I definitely do not. Memories are sacrosanct, as are the domains of the princes.
You can't punish someone for something they might possibly do.
I must. The risk is too great. I am truly sorry, but there is no alternative. For the sake of reality, you must all forget. What was forgotten has been remembered. We must speak.
Yeah, you got some explaining to do, Hermaeus Mora.
Too late. Too late. The door sealed long ago is open. Just a crack. But the damage is done. That which was forgotten is now remembered. The memories released from the tombs are accurate and true. Athelia, the Prince of Powers, the mistress of the untraveled road, the unseen. Her ability to alter fate, to shape destiny to her liking, was a threat to all reality. It still is. What mortal could? The fate changer is an arbiter of chaos, who can unravel the strands of fate and rearrange them to suit her every whim. Her very existence endangers everything. I saw no other way to preserve reality than to do what I did. I gathered my fellow princes and revealed the danger I foresaw. Most agreed to aid me. Some refused. In the end, it did not matter. I erased Athelia from history. But I could not erase my own memories. Those I sealed in the 3 primordial glyphics. Torvasov. Something I did not foresee. An agent of Etheria, hidden for all these eons. Her contingency plan. Her revenge. At least the final glyphic is secure. Until it is found and opened, reality remains safe. For now, return to Cypher's Midden.
May I have a word? Magister Goreth referred to you as the mouth of the mouthless. I suppose that fits. Look, I've never been very good at this, but I wanted to thank you. In life, I was a secluded old wizard who cared nothing for anything but magic and my own studies. Nonsense. My enormous intellect certainly came in handy, but your fate's chosen. You would have found a way, with or without me. But I'm glad you rescued me from Shelreni, that you took me on this adventure. If I never escape this soul gem, maybe. I'm in no rush. Adventuring is a new experience for me. I'm content to follow along for now. I'm going to rest for a while. Remember, as long as you have my gem, if you ever need me, just call. Now, talk to Scroot about the Chronicle.
Hello, mortal. The Great Eye told me what happened. Even though things didn't go exactly the way we hoped, we're all still here. That means reality is stable. For now. I'm as surprised as you, but existence is resilient. At least, for another day. Laramil and I spoke with a few of the ciphers, and we're all in agreement. We want to add your story to the Chronicle of Apocrypha. Only the most momentous events make it into that sacred volume. I also wanted to say, you expanded my outlook. I always saw fate as black and white, set in stone, unchangeable. But now I see that not every aberration is a disaster. Not every surprise a mistake. Thanks for that. Now, let's inscribe you in the Chronicle. Then Curate Gadain wants to see you. Let it be known that the name of Fate's Chosen shall be entered into the Chronicle of Apocrypha, to be remembered forever for actions accomplished in service to Fate.
They assisted me with the Fate Weaver experiment.
Amazing! I can't believe everything you accomplished.
They even turned my failure of a brother back to normal after he transformed himself into a book.
And Fate's Chosen confounded the forces of Vermina and Periite, saving Nirn and Apocrypha. Let this record describe it in flowery, yet justified praise. All hail Fate's Chosen!
Thank you, thank you. Now, I'm not one for pomp and circumstance, but that felt kind of nice. Oh, check that out, my name. Benny has been inscribed into the Chronicle of Apocrypha. How fun. Let the record show that Benny is the chosen of fate. That's great.
The time has come for me to return to Necrom and complete my mission for the Abbey. When I present the Fulcrum Obscura to the Abbot, I'd like you to be at my side. Our side. Laramil wants to come too. Isn't that nice?
Mm-hmm.
That's good. That's very good. I appreciate it. Besides, I want to let the Abbot know what you did. You preserved Nirn, as well as Apocrypha, through your actions. By the way, did you find Torvasad? Laramil has been dying to know what happened. Alright, alright. Not imminent is better than imminent. If the Prince of Fate needs you, he can find you on Nirn as easily as here in Apocrypha. I'm sure there's more to it, but that's your business. I'll leave it to you and Laramil. I must consider the best parts of the necropolis to show to Laramil. She wants to see everything. We'll meet you in Necrom, friend. At the necropolis. Yes, she's being quite insistent on... Wait a moment, are you having a jest with me? Laramil is a special person, as
To
I'm sure
you?
you already know. We're just friends, I think. I don't know what I'm saying. We'll meet you back in Necrom.
Okay,
Now
Gadain.
that the immediate danger has passed, I would like that tour of your catacombs now.
You would? We'll meet you in Necrom, friend.
Not in the catacombs.
Have you heard? Necrom Abbey will soon reopen.
Truly? That's good to hear. The necropolis is the heart of the city.
Jethro Tull in the house. Alright. He's better than I am.
Curate Gadain asked me to watch for you. He's waiting for you through the door to the east.
Damn. This is where Gadain's from. Nice.
Well done, Curate. With the sacred relic returned, I feel it's safe to once again open the necropolis. Now, why don't you say a few words about your adventures?
Say a few words? Me? The Abbot insisted on the immediate return of the relic, friend. Sorry you missed that part of the ceremony. And now he wants me to give a speech? I'd rather go back to Apocrypha with you and face a horde of corrupted lurkers. Right, what's in my heart? Helpful to the end, that's you. Well, I might as well get this over with. Oh, while I pull my thoughts together, Laramil wants to talk to you.
Since we seem to have a moment, tell me what occurred at the prismatic Irish shore. I see. Are you at liberty to tell me what the glyphic contained? A forgotten Daedric prince. Only the one who knows could keep such a fat secret for so long. Is there anything else I should know, Proxy? Then I am sure Hermaeus Mora shall call upon us again when the time is right. You are still Fate's chosen, and I am your guide. But reality seems to be holding together for now. I think we have time to rest, to reflect, and to listen to Gadain. If there was an imminent danger, Hermaeus Mora would summon us. For now, bask in your victories, Proxy. You faced down Daedric princes and saved Apocrapha and Nirn. Take this, thanks from the one who knows, and a sign of friendship from me. Go on with your life, Proxy. When Hermaeus Mora needs us to resume the chase, I shall send word. Until then, I believe I shall remain here in Necrom for a time. Restore the bindery, explore the necropolis, get to know Curate Gadain a little better. Grow up, Proxy. I am well over a century old. Young for an Altmer, but not without my share of romantic experiences. I find the curate to be intriguing. I wish to take the time we have to get to know him better, to see where things may lead. Yes, but he no longer has the resources of Vermina and Periite at his command. He used them, and they shall not soon forget that. So even with his many abilities, he will need time to plan before he can attempt another assault on Apocrypha. I expect so, as does the one who knows, which is why you are still bound by his contract, and I am still on call to aid you. But that is tomorrow's concern. I shall send word when the threads of fate that bind us once again converge. Be well, Proxy. Say what is in your heart, Gadain.
Right. Thanks, Laramil. The abbot asked me to tell you about my adventures. How I recovered the sacred relic and saved the necropolis. But the truth is, I couldn't have done any of it without Fate's champion. Someone I'm proud to call my friend. Thanks to them, we saved the relic. We saved Nirn. We saved all of reality. All hail Fate's champion. All hail my friend.
Kind of thought this was going to be about Gadain.
Well said, Gadain.
Thanks, Laramil. I couldn't have done any of this without you, too.
Gadain.
All right, then. Oh, that was all of the quests in Apocrypha. How exciting. Where should I go next? There's Blackwood, but I think I've got the Deadlands also. Got 6 out of 6 there. Okay. Got Galen. So Galen or Blackwood? I think I want to do Galen. Seems cheerier. Seems to me like there's more to that story. I mean, I gotta stop Torvastad or help Torvastad. I feel like I did a quest with Athelia not too long ago, but it may have been under a different character. Where would that even be? If I was just an Apocrypha. Maybe Ivea? There is no Ivea. That's confusing. There's no no questline here. Oh, that's part of the Scalarium.
The heart of Isaiah. The heart of the guild. Breathe it in.
Vaster. Alright, well, I do have to stop this stream and start a different stream for Galen. So tune in for that next time.